Okay, so I wake up with really great energy. And as soon as it starts getting time for me to start my shift, I open up that laptop and I feel drained, honestly drained, gutted. And I am feeling so misaligned. I cannot handle it anymore. And I am completely burned out, completely in real time right now. So I'm going to share with you my wake up call due to my burnout coming up on the Spencer Mark podcast. So you ever have that feeling where your soul is just like saying, "This isn't it. This is my story, what I'm going through right now with my cushy job that I have here." It's a nice clean job that I have in Silicon Valley. I get to work from home. It's nice, it's tidy, it's this having it good, like I got the life of having it good. And I just needed to share. Just this is just what I'm going through right now in real time. Um I'm feeling sick, honestly, to continue doing things that I do not want to do. And I just want to offer you that insight. So I need to get right into it because I only got like 25 minutes till I start, or 30 minutes till I start this shift. Anyway, move forward this lie of having it good. And I know there's a lot. This might speak to you dudes that out there that think that you have it good, you got the good job, you got the salary, all that sort of stuff. But I'm gonna just tell you my story. Because right now I'm in a position to where it's pretty cush. I have a nice steady salary with this job I'm doing. I work as a health coach, helping people out of type 2 diabetes, and it not all on the surface sounds really good because it's helpful, it's meaningful. Um, so I'm in a respected role right now, but I'm getting to the point to where I feel like I'm not even getting any sort of impact at all. We're on 12 calls a day, and we get to spend about 15 minutes a piece to that person. So we're going very wide. We're really scaling right now, but I have no opportunity to really go deep with them. So I say the same script over and over again from the slide deck. And I'm sitting here and this has just been happening week after week where I feel like this tug, like I feel empty. I'm feeling super empty, like I'm being gutted here. And I physically cannot say the words. Like, it's the same thing over and over. I'm hearing it over and over in my head, going through the same script. And I've had this back and forth, like this tug, like there's something wrong with me, that I'm lazy, that I should be thankful to have this job, this easy peasy job. But I've been more tapped into these things that for what I need. I'm more tapped into just this understanding, this calling of what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I want to work with you to find out what it is. But it's this soulless routine. It's the meetings, the startup language, the lingo that people that are using all the time that I just don't understand. These people aren't making sense. There's so many different there's so many different things that you have to do, and we had to go through three different processes to put down the same information for each person. Like so much disorganization and so many inefficiencies that I just really can't stand it. It like makes my head spin. And I know I'm not making any sort of impact because we got to keep things on the surface and I got to read things from a script. So this having it good on paper, like with my benefits, with my salary, knowing that I make rent, all that sort of stuff, that comes at a price. So I just feel like I have to betray my own truth in order just to keep up. And that I cannot take anymore. And that's the burnout, doing stuff that's not meaningful to me. It's not that it's hard work. It's easy. It's just not doing anything for me anymore. So I just needed to talk to you about that. Is anyone else going through that right now? Doing work that just really doesn't matter to you? So, It's just like this feeling of abandoning myself, my true calling, and I'm tired of that shit. So I'm gonna go on to this next bit here. Just what I'm coming to grips with is that my nervous system is knows the truth, and it's just blowing my mind. Adele has talked to me about this as a somatic practitioner of like really paying attention to my body, going through these calls in the same repetitive tone. I cannot keep up. I'm just dying. I it makes me think back to like other jobs that I may have had. Like what has been worse in my life? I think probably the worst job I had when I was a kid, I was in high school and I got this job through the job service to go work for a rancher out on the Salmon River. And I worked with a couple ex-cons picking up rock from 100-acre fields, plots of fields. And we pick up these rocks in a 5-gallon bucket and then dump it in the back of a dump truck. With I was like all of 16 years old and working alongside two guys that smoked and had tattoos that were 17, 18 years old, talking about this being ranch work. What's better, Spence? You don't like ranch work? It's like this ain't ranch work. This is slave work. I'm not enjoying it. The work needed to be done, but it was just too simple for me, and I had to leave that afternoon. Couldn't handle it anymore. I even had to put up with the wrath of Dad for being a quitter, but that was okay. I mean, I've had really shitty jobs before, quite literally. I worked for the Forest Service, working in recreation. And when you work in recreation for the Forest Service, and I did this in the high school and into college, means you're cleaning a lot of outhouses. You're working at campgrounds. You're putting together like it sounds kind of romantic, and you got to get to mow, get to put the little rocks in a nice circle for the campfires, and you know, um, maybe pick huckleberries out in the field if you wanted to, yeah, where these campgrounds are at. But when it comes right down to it, you got to put down a lot of Lysol and Pine Sol inside these outhouses that has this weird smell. And I had to continually clean these outhouses, and that taught me a lot. Pretty shitty job, but honestly, probably one of the best jobs that I had too, because there wasn't a whole lot of pressure. But the real crappy job was having to clean the scat machine. This was a machine that's basically is this apparatus that cleans porta potties from people that come in off of the middle fork of the Salmon River. They take like a week's worth of waste, put in this porta potty, and they put it in this machine, and then unload it, and this wand spins, cleans everything up. I was the dude in charge of cleaning the scat machine. So at the end of the day, I had to like spray everything down. I was head to toe look like Michael J. Fox and like wearing the plutonium suit, all yellow, with the mask on, cleaning that all down. Crappy. Mosquitoes bite me in every which way. Like that was pretty difficult to do. But it had a lot of variety. I was outside. I was doing things that were semi-intentional. Plus, I was only 18 or 19. And here I am at, coming on 49. And what's the challenge for me now? So I've had I've had a whole bunch of jobs. Um, but right now but those jobs that I had mentioned before, those were real jobs. At least this one doesn't feel tangible. Doesn't feel like I have a hold of it at all. I'm just always trying to catch up and trying to catch up with my teammates that are asking good questions. I don't even know what questions to ask with this job. I'm just trying to just stay focused on making these calls, and it's just so difficult. I can't handle it anymore. So I'm not feeling aligned. And my personality is that if I'm not doing something that's aligned, I get bitter. So I get extremely bitter at having to do this each and every day. And there was a time in my life where a lot of that bitterness of like setting myself aside made me bitter towards my kids and made it bitter towards my past partners. So I'm seeing these patterns now as me being this blocked creative. So when my nervous system really isn't in alignment with doing what I'm doing, I get pushback. And I'm noticing that here too. Do you get pushback when you are doing something that you absolutely loathe? Let me know in the comments. So it's just, again, I'm bitter because I've been doing the wrong thing for too long. I'm tired of doing the wrong thing. I'm moving forward here, trying to work on the right things. So Julie Cameron talks about this in her book, The Artist Way, and that we all have a creative person inside of us, a creative genius inside of us. That's that's blocked right now. So one thing that really keeps us blocked is us being caught in this thing called the virtue trap, to where we're trying to be a good person. We're trying to be seen and understood and available for other people. And I've done that before in my past, previous relationship, working, feeling like I was an indentured servant working for her dreams, and I put myself aside in order to take care of her wants, because that's me not being selfish. And it ended up me getting more and more bitter because I was putting myself aside. I checked out. My inner artist was done. It was no longer there anymore. So I was too afraid to say no to other people. And by doing that, I was saying no to myself and I was abandoning myself. And I'm through with that shit. You got to listen. I'm now listening to that inner creative in me. And I have to make these choices that are best for me. There's going to come a point in your time, in your life, man, that you're going to have to either accept that you're going to be unhappy or accept that you need to make this change, because you feel it in your body. You feel that it's right. You just got to start. So if I, you don't want to get to the point where you're so bitter you become self-destructive, because you're putting yourself out and you're blocking off your creativity, and you start to self-destruct by not honoring your creative truth. So what is it that you're wanting to create? Is it a podcast? Is it art? This is, if you do, you want to weld, do you want to build, do you want to get out and make camp, do pottery, you want to dance, you want to build a stand-up comedy routine. What is it that you want to make? What story do you want to tell? It's your lived experience. That's you expressing yourself in some sort of way through some sort of art is so crucial for you understanding your purpose. And that's what I'm doing in stepping forward here. It's really living out my purpose, understanding that there's beauty in transformation, and beauty is my muse. That's who I speak to, is the man that wants more beauty in his life, the more types of like excellence in his life. And that excellence is just that greater awareness of really crafting each and every action of your life and making that work for you. So saying yes to everyone, that's a slow spiritual death. Okay. So it's okay to have that courage to say no to others so you can tend to your inner artist. Now, this whole being guided thing, I'm really feeling it strongly. I'm starting to pay attention. Even doing this podcast, though it may not be perfect, I'm still here and I'm just trying to make it work, punching out line after line, so that it feels like sometimes it can be a slog. But just to share a quick story with you, I think I was 12 years old and went out hunting with my dad. I say hunting, but in salmon it's called hunting. Went hunting with my dad. It was like on a school day. He got me out of school, and my dad and I, it's a difficult relationship as of now, but I still love the guy, and this is this was a moment where him and I semi bonded. And it was pretty rare. Hunting was always something like that we could do. Hunting, sorry. And we stumbled upon a group of deer, and over just like 50 yards away, there was just a massive buck, like a nice 4x4, looked huge. And when you're all of 13 or 14 years old, you think, oh my God, this is my opportunity to be a man here right in front of my dad. I could tell all my friends, like, I bagged this big buck. You're thinking of all that sort of stuff, and you put that rifle across my shoulder like I did, and I'm looking through the scope and I'm breathing, and the scope is jumping all over the place. They call it buck fever. You see that big giant buck and that trophy. That's like your birthright. It's like your calling. It's what do they call it? It's like a graduation into another realm of your manhood if you can bag this buck. And all I'm just trying to put the crosshairs on him, and I ended up I think I put it right on his shoulder. Then Dad's like, okay, just he's put his earplug his fingers in his ears and just like go ahead and do it. And I put my rifle on his shoulder, and he has his ears plugged, and I pull the trigger, and I went right under him, under the buck. He jumped up and he started just running away. So this was like only from 50 yards away, and that was embarrassing. I was so pissed. All the dreams, all the visions of me being like an exalted hero, my dad picking me up on my shoulders and high fiving everybody, like later on at the at the at the tire store or at the muffler shop where we'd always get together and tell stories every day before going to work. Like I could have been the center of attention there. All that gone. Missed the buck from 50 yards away, and defeated, deflated, riding in the truck on the way home. Dad didn't say anything. I would just had my head down in my hand. I was like, how did I miss that? How did I miss that shot? And I remember my dad, he just looking at me. He's like, hey, it's all right, bud. It's just hunting. It was nice. And right then, right after he said that, he turned on the radio. You know, we got this very small radio station in Salmon's, KSRA. It's 92.7. And it's a town, Salmon's a town of like 2,500 people, and they only play a small, limited selection of music, mostly country music. But on the radio, it started to come up the song named the guy singer is Randy Travis, and the song was called "Better Luck Next Time." You know, so I'm listening to that song, "Better Luck Next Time," and I just kind of giggle. I was like, "How can that happen? How can that message come up right here and right now?" My dad's being nice, and then Randy Travis is just letting me know. It's like, "You're good with him." And at that point, I really felt like there was something else out there, kind of watching out over us. You know, wasn't more than a week later that Dad and I went hunting again, and saw that same buck from 275 yards away, and I nailed it. So, and then I got the buck. So, but ever since that moment, I've always remembered that, just to remember to listen to that voice, that inner voice, paying attention to your body. So right now I'm hearing that again. And that call is to move, come hell or high water. So um think of a time where you've been guided. What did that tell you? What was the situation? So this leap that I'm taking. So I'm done fighting my design of how I take in energy. I'm designed to give, to guide. So I am putting in my notice here next week, on Monday, and I am not quitting. In a way, this is me returning. So I just need to feel seen, not just slotted in. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm not walking away from a paycheck here. I'm walking towards my purpose, and I'm scared. There's fear there. I'm not. I don't have any illusions here that there's going to be some difficulties, no doubt. But I cannot continue any longer doing something that I am not called to do, and I am going to live an example. And so, when you speak with me, you're speaking with someone who's doing it, and together you and I could find ways for you to make your shifts, to make your escape, to sit in the confusion with you, and to make a masterpiece out of the messes. I'm taking the leap, and I'll help you take your leap as well. So again, it's upcoming next week. I can't wait. I don't know how I'm going to make it from here to then, but this is what I'm going to do. So again, this is why I serve men like me. So I really serve the block creative, the man who really wants to get up each and every morning and craft his life like art. And when you craft your life like art, you really take ownership. You take ownership of the beauty that's inside of your life, that you're in charge of seeking your beauty and your truth. And you can wake up with that purpose. Like, what am I going to do today? I can get out of bed and jump up out of bed knowing that I am making my life art, making it beautiful, making it practical for me, finding the flow to my day, to be creative, to be myself, to be authentic with purpose, with precision, with presence. So, um, I'm done trying to bury myself. And if you feel like a buried man out there, pretending to be okay, pretending to say, no, I got it. I got my family on my shoulders here. I can do it. I can put myself aside and I can push through. If you're tired of doing that stuff, if this speaks to you, wanting to try to take micro steps towards becoming that person that you know that you're meant to be, then I want to guide we then I want to guide you. We want to work together. We should at least talk and start planning the design. So if you've been bitter, blocked, or burnt out, I see you, and I'm here to walk this with you. I mm, I relish this opportunity to discover your confusion because we can bring order to that confusion. We can bring calm to that confusion. The confusion is going to bring clarity. 'Cause you can't have clarity without confusion. You can't have light without dark. So those types of things. So if you are confused, if you are feeling that tug, if you are feeling empty and like pulled in a million different directions, good. That's telling you something. Let's connect and we'll make sense of what it is that's happening to you. So coming home to your nature. This is what we're going to do. So I'm inviting you to come home to yourself. There is a happy medium. There's a happy high. Doesn't even have to be medium. We never know unless we can start to navigate towards that. If we can start taking small steps towards that person that you're wanting to become. Understanding your true nature by inviting it, we're going to observe it and we're going to nurture it. It's coming into union with yourself. So, what is it that's calling to you? What do you truly want to do? How much time do you got? Right? Let's start making those nudges. It's a little bit at a time. Feel life nudging you. Pay attention to what your body's saying. Like if you're feeling like tugged in a million different directions, listen to that. Don't be perplexed by it. Be thankful for that. We'll make sense of it together. Together, we are going to intentionally design your life with clarity, with soul, precision. It's going to take presence, of course. So let's come home to yourself. Okay. So we're going to reframe this here a little bit here too. So, um, just real quick, what if this burnout that you feel wasn't the end, but it was the beginning of something? We often think of it as, oh, it's over, burned out. It's what if this is a calling to you to make that decision? So make that decision. The resistance you feel in your body, what if that's just not a stop, but an invitation to move forward? That resistance that you feel, where does that take you? Pay attention to things like that. Pay attention to those difficult things, the things you typically hide away and put to the side. Let's take a look at them. What if your body already said no and now it's turn for you to listen? It's your turn to listen. So if your body is saying no, listen to that. So this one was short and sweet because I gotta finish out the rest of this week at work. And then from here, moving forward, we're going to continue to talk about taking meaningful steps towards a life that you goddamn deserve, that I deserve, we all deserve. So thank you so much for being here. Please, if any of this is resonating with you at all, visit my website and you can sign up for a free design session. We'll spend some good time together. I want to get to know you and what it is that you're going through. I'll talk about my premium one-on-one coaching services, my deep dive days where we go super deep. And I don't work with everybody. I just work with the right person, the person that's ready to lead their own lives, the person that is performing, to the best of their ability, but it's just not enough. Like there's something missing. So if you want to be self-led like I do, we will work together. Visit my website, spencermark.co, and set up your free call with me, and let's design. Thank you so much for being here. And